I hope this daily connection finds you well. Sorry for being a little bit later in the afternoon as Tim, Daniel, and I are figuring out online learning and helping Daniel make sure that he gets all his work in. It is a learning curve for everyone. And then Michael is also in the midst working on a few things. So we're just busy doing all kinds of schoolwork here. We're also busy finding ways in which we can communicate with you. In your email inbox, you will have an email from me, or if you do not have email, there will be a letter coming to you from the church. And in this document, it will talk about the next steps that we are taking as a community of faith. Your church leadership has been busy creating continuity plans and communication plans to make sure that everyone is in the know on what we are doing. Primarily, the big thing is we will not be gathering together for worship until May 17th, and that's if things are going well. If we listen to the governor today, he seemed to express that we're in this for the long haul and that we should be thinking about June. I'm not ready to go to June yet. I don't think our church council and trustees are ready to say June yet. We just need to figure out and see the data that is coming through. The Minnesota Conference of the United Church of Christ has been instrumental in getting the local churches lots of information to help us make these decisions. So when you see that letter, make sure you read through all of it. The one piece, though, is that we will not be able to gather for Easter, which makes me really sad. So we are trying to figure out ways in which we can communicate best with you. Whether it's email, whether it's FaceTime, whether it's Zoom calls, whether it's the Worshiping Online platform, we're trying all kinds of things. In particular, one thing that we are doing is that we have created a compassionate care team. It's a group of individuals who have been assigned numbers of people, and they are reaching out to all of you. I will be making phone calls to all of you just so that we can make sure that we are connected. If anyone is ever wondering why we are not gathering as a worship community, I don't know about you, but I saw a news article talking about a church in Florida that was still gathering and how the pastor was then arrested. I have to say I don't think it's a good idea. I love you all too much to put any one of you in danger. This is a virus, and viruses know no bounds. I'm thinking back to my undergraduate years when we were talking about infectious disease and how this is a whole different ballgame of infection. So I think it is best for all of us to stay home, to take care of ourselves, take care of our families, for this is how we are going to take care of each other in the best way possible. Again, it keeps coming back to love your neighbor, and love Jesus Christ, and love your neighbor as yourself. And I think this is what we can do for each other in this time, even though I miss you all terribly. I hope you're doing well. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me or to your church leadership. Christine Meyer is the moderator. Pat Heffernan is the chair of the trustees. Marilyn and Julie are working on treasury items and financials, which is the other piece to that letter that is sent to you. You're going to see a bar graph talking about how our church is doing. And because we haven't been in worship for 3 Sundays, and we know that one of the biggest ways in which many of you give is by placing that envelope filled with your generosity and love into that offering plate, we're not able to pass that plate. So I ask for you to generously consider with all of your heart mailing in your offerings or going online and donating. We are working on an online tool to help you figure out how to set up an online giving through Vanco, which you can access through our website, hazelparkucc.org, and there's a red button at the bottom of our website. Once we have that figured out, I will be sending that to you as well. So in case you have any questions about how do you set up an online account, you can see that firsthand. Again, any questions, feel free to contact any of us. Church messages are being collected daily, mail is being collected daily, business as usual, as we try to make this as smooth of a time as possible, even though there's nothing smooth about it. God's peace and light be with you, God's patience be with you, God's hope for resurrection be with you, and I'll see you tomorrow.